What do you think here matters for these Cowboys? What do they need to do to get over the hump and beat a team that seems beatable on paper, but might be harder in person?
I mean, us winning the divisional round, that is right. That's the first round, right? That's what they call it. The
Wildcard round.
Wildcard.
Y'all ain't winning division, buddy.
I mean, winning the wildcard round hasn't really been a problem. It hasn't. It's the divisional round, the next round that's been over really the hump. To be honest, I'm not even gonna lie with y'all. I haven't watched Packers game. I haven't watched a single Packer game.
The disrespect's early.
Early.
Total disrespect, no doubt. No doubt that I'm not even gonna try to hide it. They look good. I mean, Jordan Love, he played very well for his first full season as a starter. Looked like they got another good quarterback. This has nothing to do with the Packers. Cowboys play how they supposed to play at home. They win easily by 10, and we move on.
Easily by 10.
That's a lot of hope. Hearing a lot of hope.
It's no hope. It's just the honest truth. They're 9-8. They're the better team on paper.
Cold hard facts.
Team. Those are the facts. There's nothing I'm lying about.
Hey, Steph.
Coors Light.
Steph, do you know something? You know what I'm hearing here? I'm hearing he's giving himself a room, just enough room to say, like, if the Cowboys cowboy, hey, because he knows it in his heart that realistically, they may come down to it. At some point, they may blow this game.
I got a question. This is what I have. I never understood this. What is the cowboying? Losing to a bad team? Because
perfect. I know the exact answer to that. The Cowboys cowboying is how y'all go every season, having the expectations up here, living off of championships from when most of y'all was children.
Okay. So
you hold that expectation, and then when it falls down, and because we tell y'all it's this, no, y'all just hating on us. Y'all like, man, y'all had excuses for days. Y'all got more excuses than I could even think of.
Okay, but
and then when it comes down to it, quiet, because you know what happens? The expectations up here, but y'all don't see the team for what y'all really are. When the deficiencies happen, y'all mask it with other stuff because y'all top bill.
Here's a question: who gives these expectations? Because I remember one year, I think the year after they won the division, they beat the Seahawks. The next year, I came on here. I was telling everybody that they're not winning the Super Bowl. This team is not going to win the Super Bowl. A lot of other Cowboys fans said the same thing. So where do these expectations come from? In fact, the Cowboys aren't even favorites to win the conference. So where are these expectations coming from?
They come from y'all delusional fan base. Y'all put that into the air. Y'all speak to it. Y'all breathe life into it. Yeah, and while you may be an objective one, your constituents, all of them, all you boys, constituents, all them boys, problems, all of them, because they ain't got it up here. They be leading with their heart.
But that's every fan. We had the Giants. They thought they was gonna do something off a 9-7-1 record.
Hold up.
That's what that fan does.
I don't know about that. I'm a Jets fan. My heart didn't tell me we going to the Super Bowl the second.
Wait, what is that?
I'll tell you that much.
Before
the second we lost Rodgers, everything was.
Before the season started, you could honestly say that the Jets, okay, maybe not Super Bowl, but you was thinking playoffs.
Yeah, and then we temper expectations. Cowboys don't temper expectations.
Hold on. Let me get Greg in. Let me get Greg in.
You're right. My bad.
I want to get your opinion here. Yeah. Y'all got a nice little back and forth. I see that. Yeah. You know, Gary want to take over the show, whatnot. Greg.
Yeah.
Who you got on this matchup? Let me know that. And then, you know, I need to hear if you're agreeing with Ray here as far as the expectations, and that's not what Cowboys fans put on their team.
I would say Ray is the exception to the rule. I have a couple of Cowboy fans, a couple in Alabama, a couple in New York on my timeline that are Super Bowl or bust every year. No matter what. Ray is definitely the exception. But as far as the game goes, I got the Packers with an upset.
Okay, that's fine.
And here's why. They're getting everybody back on defense. I think it's gonna be a close game, honestly. I think defensively they're a little underrated. Yes, they went 9-8, but I think The first half of the season, it was like Jordan Love trying to find himself. He didn't figure it out. Towards the end of the season, he figured out that he has a deep threat in a home run threat in Jordan Reed, and the backup tight end Tyler Crabb has proven to be very reliable in the middle of the field. And Aaron Jones is still nothing to sneeze at as a runner with the combo of him and A.J. Dillon. Now, the Cowboys are the better team. Don't get me wrong. The Cowboys are the better team. So if they win, it would not surprise me. I'm just calling an upset to go out on a limb.
Because the Cowboys are going to cowboy. That's what I'm hearing from you, too. It feels like you're trying to follow the narrative. The Cowboys going to cowboy. I mean, without saying that, you're trying to tell the line.
Honestly, they need Tony Pollard to show up. They need that to happen.
He ended the season pretty well. I mean, it's been mostly a bad season for Tony Pollard, honestly, especially for the expectations with Zeke leaving town. He did not show up the way that he needed to. He didn't have the same burst he had last year. But we had Rico Dowdy who, stepped in when he needed to and showed some explosion. But Gary, we didn't get your actual take. You were too busy going back and forth with Ray to give us your take. We got
a little spicy, my bad. But okay, honestly, I'm on the same boat as Chris here. I do think the Cowboys are a better team, but I think they're gonna drop the ball here. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna predict this to the T. Cowboys gonna come out early. They're gonna come out early. They're gonna look like this game is out of reach. By the second half, they're gonna start giving up points, and they're not gonna be able to dial it back up. It's gonna come down to a drive, and Jordan Love is gonna sit there and send y'all home, and y'all gonna look there and be like, "Oh my God, how did this happen?" And then y'all gonna fire McCarthy because you're gonna blame him instead of blaming Jerry goddamn Jones. Now,
I got a question. Like, where did all this Packer
it's not pack of love. It's not pack of love, baby. This is
like, let's be honest. Like, what? Because they beat the 7-8 Bay. I don't even know what they record, 9-17 or what? They beat the 2-14 Carolina Panthers, or they beat the Vikings playing with their third string quarterback. Like, where does all this?
The Chiefs.
The Vikings game I look at, Ray, is more against them going up against a solid secondary, right? Because we could say Dallas has one of the better secondaries in the league, right?
You can't say that.
Yeah. And I think watching them against that secondary play, like, it gave them confidence playing into the season. Like I said, I think they're hot right now. That doesn't mean Dallas isn't, because they just won the division. More so because Philly gave it to y'all, as opposed to y'all really winning it.
That's true. I'll give you that. I mean, it's just like, I just don't understand this Packers, they're 9-8. They, got on a little hot streak, whatever. But it's like, what have they really done? I mean, like, their biggest win is
what have the Cowboys really done?
They've done more than the Packers. I tell you
that. But like
that ain't wrong.
That's fair. But you also notice that, like, they're a 9-8 team. Like the Packers, we could say the Cowboys should be better. But the Cowboys also have struggled in times where they should have won games and they just did not show up.
But we won the division. We weren't even supposed to win the division. We won the division. So how should we be better?
I mean, it's not like y'all beat the teams that y'all were supposed to.
Like, Ray, I think I know you keep harping on 9-8, but I think right now this Packers team is playing better than a 9-8 team.
I was going to say it's less about the record currently, because we just spoke to how Jordan Love wasn't, the best quarterback middle of the season, even early in the season, and he came on late. So really, and we all know this about sports. It's about who's hottest going into the playoffs. And that Packers
sounds like
team
a momentum take. Don't tell Andre Ant.
But I got to ask you this, Ray. I want to ask you this because, Gary kind of alluded to this. Let's just figuratively say that the Cowboys lose to the Packers. Like, what is the fallout? What do you need to see from your team? Because every year, like, you guys fall short of expectation. We're seeing Dak play at a phenomenal level. The defense is great, right? The running game is kind of slack because we haven't seen from Pollard. But what is the change that needs to happen for this team to really be able to take it to the next level if they lose in this wild card?
There's none. I mean, this team has won 12 games the last 3 years. I got to see exactly how they lose to really say that. Would it be bad? Yeah, it would definitely be bad because the Packers were the better team. The last 2 years we lost in the postseason, we lost to a better team. We lost to the 49ers. They were the better team. They were supposed to win, So saying things need to change, I don't think it needs to change. I think that's a bit of an overreaction. You can't – they literally won – the coach – people like to not give Mike McCarthy his credit, but at the end of the day, he's done something that a lot of Cowboy coaches have not done, and that's go 3 straight years in a long time with 12 wins. That's something that hasn't been done in a very long time. He has Dak playing. He has Dak playing very well. Y'all know me. I'm not the biggest Dak fan, and I have not had to really criticize him as much this year.
He's had a great year.
Dak's had a great year, without a doubt. He's made he's made the key plays. A couple of times the defense has let him down in the games, like the Miami game when he made that drive. Defense let him down. Detroit game, defense almost let him down again. He's played well. I don't think it needs to be a change regardless if they lose or not. Because I mean, if they just get completely blown out, maybe. But if they just lose, they just lose. There's no changes that need to be made. This idea that someone needs to get fired because of a loss is ridiculous, and it doesn't really solve anything. You're just kind of starting back over a little bit.
I gotta say, you are the most level-headed Cowboys fan that's out there, really, because like I wasn't expecting an off-the-wall response, but at least like, you know, maybe a little more frustration. But I should have expected that from you because you are even keel. You take it with a grain of salt.
That's Master Chief right there.
That he is. Bro.
It's just like I said, like we're not even the favorites to win the NFC. So why should people start losing their jobs or doing this? You know, like
because the expectation is too high. That's the only reason I can see that, because the expectation is too high and you can't settle for anything less. That's when people lose their jobs, you know? Yeah,
without a doubt. But let's be honest, the favorite in the NFC is the 49ers. Like, I'm hoping somebody can beat them, because can they beat them? I don't know. I hope, but the last 3 times they played them, they own them. So I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't think someone should lose their job. Of course, it all depends on how the game goes. Like, if the game is just completely, you know, a shit show, I can see it. But if it's a close game and just someone has to lose, then it is. Someone just has to lose. Well, go back next year.
So someone definitely has to lose, bro. We're gonna bring you back on. All right, after this game. I mean, whether they win or lose, you got to come back on. So please make yourself available. About to go.
I'm always there.
I'm always. All right.
But I don't see them. I don't see them losing. I'm not. It's really no knock. It's no disrespect for the Packers. Yeah, they. I
love that soundbite. I don't see them losing.
don't see it. Like, it's just I don't see it. I mean, the Packers had a good season. Most people thought they weren't even gonna make the playoffs. They made the playoffs, but you know, hey, that's just what it is. They make the playoffs. We beat them. Everybody's. I already know what the narrative is gonna be. Oh, they beat a 9-8 team. So what? See what they can do next week with the Cowboys. That's what everybody does.
I don't think that should be the narrative. I think it should be they be one of the hottest teams coming into the playoffs. That's what
because you're gonna have a couple people that's gonna pick the upset. It
depends how they beat them, though. That's the fact. It's how they beat them. If they roll over them, it's like, oh yeah, they beat a 9-8 team, not a big deal. But if it's a close game and the Cowboys just eke it out, you're gonna be looking at the Cowboys as like, you know, they're prey.
Wow,
right? They're prey.
To play, it's the playoff game, correct? Yeah. It's not like they're being. This is a playoff team. They're in the playoffs. I don't care if they beat them by 1 point. They won. End of the story.
Agree with you, but it's not the narrative. That's not the narrative.
Yeah, of course. And to your point, they're a 9-8 team and it's a division winner. Like, there are certain ways that it should go. If it does not go this way, you got to have a little concern, because.
Thanks for watching the Sports Hit List. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In fact, do it now.